My name's Geoff. I'm a Research Impact Fellow at Newcastle University, and I was involved with the Action for Impact scheme last year. I was the first to win an Impact Fellowship, and that has led to a collaboration over the last 5 months with Oxfam.
Hello, my name is Peter Michalek, and I'm finally a PhD student at Cloud Computing for Big Data, Center for Doctoral Training at School of Computing, Newcastle University. I've joined in 2014, and 4 years later I participated at Action for Impact project. We live in a world where the devices which produce the data are more and more prevalent. So we'll see smart cars, smart homes, smart hospitals, and all of these devices generate the data which needs to be processed at some point. Traditionally, you would have to stream all of this information to the clouds, which can come at the premium and is very costly on the energy and also at the bandwidth. What my research is doing is allowing parts of the computation to be done directly on these devices, whether that's applied to the healthcare or smart cities. It allows to utilize the resources which are at these devices to lower the energy requirements on them, and also to free up the bandwidth which will become clogged up as we add more and more smart devices into our environment.
The project itself is a combined heat and power system. So the idea of generating electricity and power at the same time to capitalise on the efficiency improvements that gives you. So what we're producing, this CHP system, this hot plate essentially, enables them to cook the grain that they're distributed through Oxfam or through sort of other humanitarian aid, but then also enables a small amount of electricity to be diverted off from that stove or that hot plate to generate enough light to light the inside of the tent or the emergency shelter that they're living in at the moment. So Oxfam will be using the technology in disaster relief, specifically on the borders of Bangladesh and Myanmar.
During 4 years of my PhD, I had excellent supervisors and the guidance to progress through the academic path and explore the research problems in great depth for both the healthcare use case and the smart cities use case. However, the Action for Impact program allowed me a space where I could explore the commercial side of things, so not only publishing the papers, but looking at how this use case can be solved in the real world for the real people.
It seems to me to bridge that gap between idea generation, intellectual property generation, and either commercialization or the marketplace of introducing those ideas and concepts to a wider audience. It wasn't necessarily a workshop drilling into people the sense that, right, you have to turn your research into cash. It definitely didn't come across like that. It was, yeah, a lot of people had lots of different ideas about how to turn research into impact without it necessarily involving a balance sheet, I guess.
It made me value the academic environment even more and the safety of the academic environment. However, the excitement and challenges which are on the business side of things, that we can make real-world impact and make a business and run the company, it's also something that I enjoyed throughout the program, and all the knowledge which I gained was super useful. And since then, when I get other people talk to me about their business ideas, I have more to offer, more to contribute to the conversation. And also, a couple of times I've been asked to join and partner in the startup companies because I've tested out my idea. I've seen how big project this is, how crucial the team is. So I believe it helped me to be more realistic about how the project needs to be formed and how the business can run.
And I think the breadth, I mean, this is not just people from a science, engineering or technology background, this is people from all kind of schools and all scopes of research across the university, so there's a huge breadth of experience there. And it's sometimes really interesting to meet someone whose research interests are, you know, you would think that almost the polar opposite to yours, and yet there's still some sort of crossover there from, you know, how you want to go about building an idea through, or communicating your ideas to a team, or whatever it is. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that as a session. There's a lot of experience out there, and there's a lot of goodwill, and it's knowing who's in that network and who you can contact. You know, when you think, you know, my research isn't going anywhere and I need somebody to perhaps, you know, give me a bit more of a clearer view of whether the direction that it's going. So it's knowing who all those different people are. So it's go into it, be enthusiastic, participate, get involved, and yeah, get as many people's business cards and contact information as you can. It's a really, really good group of people around. Action for Impact is one of those programs that enables you to put forward your research, propose an idea and a pathway for it, and have that judged on merit. And it's sometimes really enlightening to have somebody say, yeah, this is worthwhile, this is worth pursuing, it's worth taking this forwards, and then build your confidence and your skill set and your range of abilities to take that idea forward. You know, programs like Action for Impact, it's what universities and higher education really have been crying out for, I think, to maintain researchers, to nurture them, and to enable them to capitalise on their research.